Okay. Your router has no antennas? Oh, yeah, take a picture of it and send it to me on Discord at some point. And then try and get a picture of the model number too for the for the device. And there's only one device? Is that right? Yeah, okay. That's what a lot of them are like that. Yeah, it's an all-in-one. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, so just let it run for like 30, like watch like 30 of them, and then how stable, how low does it go, how like what is the percentage of the ones, like just estimate like 80% of them are around 30, but then it jumps up to 100. You want to just, or does it go up to 1,000 or above 100? You could try sharing your screen. Go ahead. Okay. Right. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm talking to ChatGPT. Do you know what? Dude, using AI to like diagnose my symptoms. It's fucking wild. It helps a lot. No, that's still pretty shitty. That's pretty bad. It's going up to 400, 283, 284. Um, that's what you're seeing right now, right? Like I just did, yeah, and it just timed out, which might mean that you see it timing out. Now it's going up to 3,000. Did anything change at all after you started streaming, or is streaming the only thing? The what? You took what off? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, this is still quite bad. Um, I would think the tinfoil is going to make it worse because it's not like a streamline, like there's so many unless the tinfoil is like really straight, I would think that it would be sending the signal in it's like fraying the signal that it's trying to send out into like 100 different ways. I would think it would make it worse. But I don't know. I've never tried that before. I mean, it's slightly better in terms of more stable and slightly lower. It's not hitting 1,000 and it's not timing out. I mean, maybe if you do like tinfoil and you make it really long and you make very little indentations into it, like you try and make it as straight and as narrow as possible and just wrap it around and make it long to push out, maybe that would work. Um, but yeah, so to get do the hardwire connection, you would need to drill a hole in the wall. Yeah. Yeah, I would say if you just put the tinfoil on, it is slightly better. It just did jump up to 1,000 twice, but overall, it's slightly better. Still nowhere near what it needs to be for you to really use it. You could try doing a speed test right now, see if it's different. So stop streaming, do a speed test, see what it's like now, and then go change more things you could think of. And you're saying the router is upstairs? Oh, you got down to 26. That was your best so far. Man, if you can get 20, oh, you got 22. If you can get 22 all the time or close to that, that would be great. Yeah, so it upstairs, you'd have to go through the ceiling. Hmm. Yeah. Um, I mean, I can met him on Overwatch. Who's a nice guy? Oh, the guy that bought you. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And if you can move it away from the wall. What's up? Okay. You didn't change anything at all? Not even like moving the computer in any way? That's weird. Hmm. That's definitely a lot better. Test do a speed test right now. Speedtest.net. See what it is. Oh, you're about to get oh no, you're fine. I thought I was gonna time out. Sometimes it just hangs. No, now it's going 2,000. It just hit 2,000. What did you change? I mean, it will, but then that also means when you're trying to do live streams, you like uploading a video for you is going to be a nightmare. Me, it takes like anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, and for you, it would take a day or two to upload a decently long video at that connection. What was the download? Okay, so we're getting slightly better. Yeah, just go change a bunch of things and then and then just keep doing the speed test. See wherever you can get it to be more stable. But you also need to stress it, like so you need to live stream or share like you are, and you are sharing right now. So one of the other things when you do the speed test, that puts a strain because it's actually trying to maximize all of your download. So it's actually downloading a really large file, trying to see what your upper limit of your max download speed is. To do so it stretches your connection like that. So you will see always when that happens, even when I do it, my ping will go up. In fact, I'll do it right now just to see. Let's do this for shits and giggles, bro. So let's do ping dot google dot. Hold on, Aria. All right, so I'm pinging. I'm getting 19 ms, and then now I'm to speedtest.net. I'm gonna hit go. And then as soon as it is downloading, it's down. I see it's going at 900 download. My ping did go up from being a stable 19 to 20, and it hit up to 40. It was hitting like 39, 35, 28, 40, and then now when it's done, actually the upload's not affecting my ping at all. So yeah, now it's just back down to regular 19. So even for me with 1,000 down, 1,000 up connection, it affects my that ping a little bit when it's maximizing the download. So you're going to see that every time you test. So don't be startled by that. That way you're not thinking your connection's shit. But yeah, you're getting 48, 25, a little bit better. What had just happened like 20 seconds ago when it hit up to 15? It hit 1,500. No, you've been sharing for like 3 minutes now. The 1,500 just happened like 20 seconds ago. Like if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see the 1,500 one. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you changed anything. Right there, it just hit 1,300. It hit 3,200 ms just right now. Are you speed testing? Yeah. It could if what they're doing is maximizing the connection, which also if you have multiple roommates and they are pretty heavy internet users, you guys do probably want to talk about um putting some sort of limiter on things. So you guys can each individually put something on each one. So not like right now, if I gave you one of my files to download off of somewhere, and you didn't have this problem, you're hardwired. You could tap out 100% of the download speed for the whole house while you're downloading that file. So let's say you guys um, have like a 50 meg connection and it's a pretty big file. It's like 4 gigs. That's going to take a while. That's going to take like 15 minutes. And during that whole time, everyone's internet is greatly affected. So that is another factor to weigh in. But you do want to do that test with your phone to see what what might be the higher upper limit of what your wireless like what you're the what the houses should be getting, what the best case scenario is. So just You could is it you have an Android phone? Yeah, you can download go to the Play Store and there's a speed test app you can use. Yeah, that's the one. And then also leave Discord and stop the I mean that'll stop the sharing anyways. And then go with your phone, go test closer to the Wi-Fi router. Yeah, sure. What's up, girl? Is it done? Yeah, let's go. Come on. I can hear you. I'm just AFK making Arya food. All right. You can hear me. Nice. I have one concurrent viewer. So my oh, yeah, real quick, Lighthouse, my friend and I'll send you his stream right now if you want to try watching it. It could also be a good way to test whether or not, like how good you can watch a 1080p stream, but he's streaming from, hold on, how do I get this to you? He's streaming from Spain. I mean, because he lives in Spain. And he's playing on one of my accounts. And what he did was, so he's playing Overwatch 2 on one of my accounts. And he's trying to see what my claims of Elo Hell are, like how good they are. And we've gone through several different stages trying to do this experiment. We didn't know this at first, but because he's playing on console, it is a completely separate system. So we didn't know this at the start, but he was doing placement matches. And it sounded like he was just going from like silver 2 to diamond really. And Elo Hell, he still was seeing a lot of problems with Elo Hell and some of my claims. But like he went really quick, but we learned that he was doing placement matches, which do really big swings when you win. You get like 45 SR quite often. So now we have a new test. He's on another one of my accounts. I have like 7 accounts right now. Actually, I have one just got banned again yesterday. That one's perma banned though, so that one's gone. You like it? Aria loves her steel cut oats, so I boil steel cut oats and then I add cocoa powder and cinnamon and blend it up in a NutriBullet, and it's like this like nice porridge that also still has like some something to chew on. She loves it. She's a happy camper. And then so now he just did the thing where yeah, go ahead. I can hear you, yeah. No, I can hear you. There's barely a delay. Right. Right. Yeah, so what we did was a new test where my friend Emrys, so I just sent Lighthouse, I just sent you his stream if you wanted to watch it. So he's playing right now. So he's a GM on console. He's a GM tank player. And so like one of the rules was he wasn't allowed to play tank, or at least his top 5 tanks. And the goal is for the 10 placement matches and then the 10 after that, so the first 20 games, to try and play like his worst DPS or his worst healers, to try and after those 20 games get the result of staying in gold. And that's where he's at right now. And so today's the first day that he's now trying to play some of his best DPS to try and get out of Elo Hell, meaning going from gold to diamond, which is what I've done many times, and I can show screenshots. So that's what he's trying to do right now. And Emrys, oh, well, you should play your best DPS, man. Don't play Torb. Like I'm actually when my brain's working really well, I'm a really good Torb. I've been so many times I play games. I know. I want to like make a nice little compilation of like what my playstyle is like at different times and stuff, and how good I am at. But I legit have easily 10,000 hours just on Torb. I've been playing the game since before beta and stuff. Anyways, but Lighthouse plays Overwatch 2, and him and I have talked about. In fact, he's going to start streaming soon because he's really cares about the loneliness crisis happening in the United States of America for specifically men. But I think it's everyone is dealing with this, but men are just more significantly affected by the loneliness crisis. So he's really passionate about solving that. But he used to play Overwatch 1. He was a Bastion main back then. A filthy Bastion main, yeah. Just like a dirt right, even right there, filthy Bastion main, go right to politics. You dirty liberal. You're bleeding heart liberal. Fucking pejorative for you're the bad side that doesn't ever have anything good and you're doing cheap shit and you never admit your fault. All that stuff. Yeah. Emrys, what are your top three DPS? Because I know you had to play DPS or heals when it was 5 versus 5 and you guys couldn't do 6v6. Oh, okay. Frank swapped. I see. I see. Okay. Okay, well then what are some of your worst DPS or worst tanks? You said Hazard? Okay. Yeah, what would you say? Do you have like a top 6 or top 10 or yeah, ball Orisa, I know you were top 2. Sure, but what happens when the Hammond's banned? Dude, the ban rate for Hammond here, dude, it's like 80%. Sombra Hammond is banned so fucking much. I hardly ever get to play Hammond, but it's fun to do when I can. Yeah. Yeah, pharmacies. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. And Moira, almost every single game, it feels like both teams have a Moira. Like I can show you like the last like 10 games I played on gold on this other account. It's just Moira all the fucking time on both teams. And every time when I'm done, whether I win or lost, I avoid both Moiras. I can't stand Moira players. I really don't think I have a bias against them. I just think that they're really low value and they can't assess how low value they are. So when the enemy team has an Anakiri and you have a Moira, or they have a Zen, the enemy team has a Zen spamming 10k damage, and our Moira's like, but I'm healing my team, and they can't make up for that. They can't make up for this fucking Zen spamming my head when I'm Orisa tanking. I'm just like, fuck this. So I develop rules where I don't want to fucking tank if I'm against Ana Zen and I have a Moira healing, I hate tanking. I'll still do it. Like I can do like, I'll switch from Orisa to like something with the more mitigation, like a Sig. But yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it can. Sometimes it can work. But that's not my problem. My problem isn't when whatever hero a person's on and whatever playstyle I have, I love when it's working. I commend it. I praise it all the time. I praise the enemy team. The enemy team, like I really think I'm good at diffing widows as Tor, but I don't have a 100% success rate. And when they diff me and they kill me, I say good shot, nice shot, and I'm not being catty. I'm not being bitchy. Like oh nice shot, bro. Um, but it's when the problem is when whatever the thing is, whether the person's playing ball or Moira or Junkrat, which when it's not working, you can't convince them to change their playstyle. You can't convince them to change their hero. They won't do it. That's the thing that builds the resentment and contempt, because they are literally throwing your game. Because, like, for example, I think yeah. How so? By the way, Lighthouse, can you hear Emrys? Are you watching his stream? Sure. No, I see that. That's what I mean. How are you seeing opposite? That's the claim I'm making. They're not going to learn. They can't see their mistakes. They only see how good they're doing, so they don't change it. And you can't convince them they need to change. You can't convince them that Moira right here is too low value and they need to swap. They won't listen to anything you say, no matter how well you say it. There are some nuances. I have some examples where they will, but those are, yeah, exactly. And right there, I can go right to political issue of people aren't taught how to read statistics. So when they press tab in the scoreboard to look at what's happening in the game, they are doing univariate analysis, just like the gender wage gap, where all of the fourth wave feminists think that we are actually in a misogynistic society, that men hate women, and that is what is resulting 70 cents on the dollar. They're not taught how to read statistics. So when they read statistics, I see this all the time, where they read the stats of the scoreboard. Like, for example, I saw this so many times when like, as a leader for Overwatch 2, I like to fulfill all roles. I would fulfill the role of healer for a long time. Like, many of the times I would create my new accounts, I would just one trick and learn one of the healers, like Ana or something like that, to just learn them really well, just over and over and over again, high level repetition. And I would see this thing where if I'm dying a lot and my stats are really bad, so I have low heals, I have a very high death rate, and I'm trying to tell my Genji and Reaper that I need help with the enemy team's Genji and Reaper, they look at the scoreboard and they go, "You're a fucking bad Ana." I know this because of what the stats of the scoreboard's saying. So they don't know that the number one thing, the number one rule for all DPS always is to protect your healers. That could be by flanking the enemy team and forcing their DPS to protect their healers. That could be that. But if that's not working, if your healer's constantly dying, you need to stand. What I would do on Torb to protect my healers, and I know there's a Winston, Genji, and a Reaper about to dive them, I literally throw my turrets all the way in the fucking back, and I'm standing behind my Ana, so I'm not taking forward positions trying to, like, get shots and shit. I'm literally just waiting. I'm saving my E. I'm standing behind my Ana. I'm waiting for them to dive. I spam right click the Winston shield. I then press my E to get full reload, and I, kill whatever's the most vulnerable thing, the Winston, the Genji, or the Reaper, to protect my Ana. And quite often that works. But people aren't thinking and doing any of that shit. They're just they're just thinking your teammate is bad. By the way, Lighthouse, Emrys should be able to hear you because I'm live streaming. Lighthouse, can you try talking? Try talking. Oh, fuck. Fuck, no, it's not. Hold on a second. Let me fix something. I'm not sure what it's doing. Oh, I know what it's doing. Hold on. Okay, he can hear you now.
Yeah, Emrys. I can't hear him, though.
Emrys. Hello? You can if you watch his stream. Yeah, he can't hear you yet, Emrys. He's not watching your stream. But, yeah, if you watch if you watch my stream or his stream, but watching his stream would probably just be easier. But then you would hear yourself too, which is also good. You now get to see like what your voice sounds like online. If you haven't, how when you create your YouTube channel and do your content, so how far, people hear you.
I'll tell you that for free. I'm doing a hammer only, by the way, Eric.
You're doing a hammer only challenge? Oh fuck. Nice Nice hard throwing. That's okay.
Oh, there
Yeah.
he is.
Show them what you can do.
I was fadoodling with the. I made my tinfoil longer, and
Oh yeah.
it's not a pretty real difference. This is pretty much the same.
Okay.
Did you see that, Eric? I killed 2.
I think the best
Nice.
long-term solution is for me to actually get a Ethernet cable. I just have to convince my memory.
So actually, him doing this.
Are you telling me this
Emer-
guy's Spanish? Why is his English so good?
no, he's not Spanish. You're Spanish. You're from Spain.
Guess you can learn even at this age.
Lighthouse lives in some state in the United
Oh,
States of
yeah.
America.
Oh,
He's
I
very
thought he was
secretive,
Spanish.
which I understand. Like, I don't even know his real name, which is totally fine. He's very. A lot of people are like this because and it's because of what he's trying to test right here, Lighthouse in Overwatch 2. Because my main claim here is that everywhere in life, everyone is more of a bad teammate than a good teammate at working together to achieve goals. And that the mind virus inside the woke mind virus, which I don't think anyone really understands what it is, and maybe I'm wrong and I don't understand what it is, but if my claim is true, no one that I've ever heard knows what is happening that is causing this, and it is making everyone even like we're the epicenter, just like the Wuhan province in China was the epicenter for the coronavirus. We are the epicenter for the origin of the woke mind virus, and we're spreading those ideas worldwide because of the social media internet. I can go see what somebody thinks in Australia, and we're spreading ideas like crazy fast. So it is hitting other places, but it's originating and it's all these different things of like you're working against me, so I'm going to work against you. Like my friend Devin, he said that like he tried to ask his neighbors to like not like walk so hard, like they were making lots of noises and stuff, and he tried to do it in the nicest way possible, and it just got worse after that. And then he got frustrated one day with how bad it was getting, that he yelled like stop, knock it off, and he thought that they were just going to stop knocking it off because he did that thing. They, for 10 minutes, did the exact same thing over and over and over again to show him, fuck you, I'll do what the fuck I want. And that is this energy that is constantly just being proliferated everywhere in interpersonal relationships and the political left and right, where everyone is just working against each other instead of with each other. And it's some of these things like, okay, so thinking for yourself, plus having a very low judgment standard, and not caring what anyone thinks that hates you, anyone that's talking shit about you, that right there to me is the core of the liberal mind virus that is being spread everywhere. I can show so many times Joe Rogan is promoting don't care what anyone else thinks. Don't care what the left thinks because they're batshit fucking crazy. This is insanely toxic for any environment. I can't go to a husband and wife and tell the wife to never care what her husband thinks, and vice versa. That breaks our ability to ever use our words to resolve any ideological and desire conflict. So these conflicts continue to fester in the relationship, and then it just constantly creates just even more efforts into emotional coercion or all these other forms of warfare to resolve that conflict. So they either need to stop caring about the things that they're caring about to resolve the conflict of what they want to happen or what they think is right and wrong, what should reign supreme, and so they're not using their words. They're using different forms of financial warfare, emotional coercion, etc., that always build resentment and contempt when the other person feels it and they see that oh, I'm not getting what I want. You're forcing me to do what you want me to do. Or to believe what you believe is right, or to do what you want me to do on this desire conflict you have. And we can go to our political system and see. We have the filibusters that both sides will do. Both sides do gerrymandering. Both sides do government lockdowns when they feel that they don't have the power. And it's because we're not having good, healthy national conversations where both sides aren't strawmanning the fuck out of each other. Just making each other's arguments worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. because they don't give a fuck what they think, and they're thinking for themselves with a very low judgment standard.
I think a lot of it comes down to like
Yeah. fair
being
enough.
able to trust your interlocutor at least at some point. Like you may be rivals in talking to each other.
Yeah.
You ultimately want the same thing. You ultimately want, like, for example, the best for the country, and you
Good
want,
outcomes. Yes.
for everything. But yeah, when your interlocutor like betrays, like defects enough times, like about the game theory, then
Right. Yep.
what other choice do you have except to defect as well?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and it all comes down to having a shared moral foundation. Like, can you both identify what is good and what is bad, and what you should be working for? Like, communism is probably not a good thing. We should, like, for all of capitalism's flaws, we should stick with that. Communism has been experimented over and over again and hasn't worked. You can identify that pretty firmly in the bad category, but yet still people vote to get free stuff.
That is. Thank you.
And yeah, the conversation comes up over and over again. Oh,
No unnecessary risk.
Show them what you can do.
I think a good identifier in like what is good and what is bad, like a good rule of thumb is whether or not it's constructive or destructive. Like in the short term, like making sacrifices is a good thing. Like sacrificing a lesser good in order to achieve a greater good is a positive thing. But if it's only if you're sacrificing a greater good in order to reach for a lesser or outright bad outcome, then you can easily identify that. And that's where the rubber meets the road, is like aim to get the other person to understand like what sacrifices need to be made in order to reach the greater good, or what the greater good even is. Make sense?
Yeah, and that requires us to mostly agree. We don't have to agree 100%, but we mostly have to agree on what the goals are. What is the greater good? How do we do this? And I think there's just an incredible amount of
Shared moral
deep philosophical.
foundation.
Sure. But even having that shared moral foundation, I think in its current form, just agree to disagree is actually evil and doesn't allow us the understandings that we need in order to have and make sure we're measuring. Even just two people have a shared moral foundation. There's no antonym to agree to disagree. There's no rule that says, hey, we need 80% agreement on core moral values. Nothing anywhere near like this. It is exists and is constantly said. I hear constantly agree to disagree, and it has value. It needs to be maintained for the two main reasons. Yes, we still need to be able to have disagreements and still live with each other and still see the other person as a good faith interlocutor, even if they disagree. And we also want to just two people that are about to. We see this pattern of like a child seeing a husband and their parents just getting really upset at each other and all these different ideological and desire conflicts. So the child's like, "Hey, agree to disagree," dissolves the situation. They stop talking, and it prevents this harm. And we need to see that, and that is good. But so we need to keep both those things and any other thing that's valued to agree to disagree. But in its current form, I think that if everyone in the whole world, or even just in the United States, the thought experiment is every single time anyone sees any desire conflict, two people want two different things, or any ideological conflict, as soon as we see that, as soon as we're like, oh, we don't agree here, agree to disagree, I think we easily kill each other. It goes immediately to physical violence within. I don't even think it takes days. I think it takes less than 24 hours. We're killing each other because we're not resolving anything ever on how to do anything in all of society. How to do different things at work. How much should we do 15 minimum wage or not? Everything. All of the topics, none of it's being resolved ever. We're never doing any intellectual steps because every single time, as soon as we see conflict, agree to disagree. So I don't need to steelman you. I don't need to do all these other different endeavors. I don't need to go look up your statistics. I don't need to go and learn any logical fallacies I'm not aware of. None of that is happening. Mm-hmm. So the goal for the social for project the Soul Project Soul is we're gonna make videos showing the harm in like agree to disagree as well as many other ones. There's a lot of other ones that are also like this, and I call it what I refer to these are low value, high harm rules that need to get greatly improved. Like, for example, another one is practice makes perfect. Absolutely terrible. Insanely terrible. Absolutely toxic. It is so fucking toxic. We can even use Overwatch 2 to show this. How many people in Overwatch 2... Sorry, Emrys, I'm turning you back up. I was thinking you listening to your voice sounds, not able to hear Emrys. I just turned it back up. Yeah, practice makes perfect. How many people have been playing the game since launch and they're still in bronze? If practice makes perfect is true to any degree, you would see some, at least marginal gains in their ability to win more often, and they would at least have gone from bronze to silver. And not be in the exact same fucking rank. With tens of thousands of hours of play. Another example for this, like the reason that I got onto this was there's this guy who wrote this book called Moonwalking with Einstein, and he brings up, he has this video talk. The title is like to improve, get out of your comfort zone, something like that. And he brings up like different things of like stats on how people for work, for their daily job that they get paid for, they are typing appreciably multiple hours a day, 4 to 6 hours a day. They do not increase their word per minute, ever. It all just stays the same throughout decades of doing this. There's data that shows this. They do not improve. If practice makes perfect, they're literally practicing all the fucking time. Why aren't they getting better? And the reason that this is so toxic is because when we have I'll just end with this real quick.
Are they practicing getting higher words per minute, or are they just typing?
They're just typing, but that is practice. If you're doing the action, the overall most simplistic notion for practicing
practice would be like, I think this thing is more like,
I hear you. We're gonna get there. Hold on, Emrys. We're gonna get there. Hold on, Emrys. We're going to get there. We're going with the most... Because when the average person puts into their mind whatever it is they're supposed to do... It's hard to have a conversation
because there's a 5-second delay, so it's like impossible for me to...
I know. And we'll test that delay here in a second. But like when husbands and wives were doing the cry it out method, the Ferberizer method, there was even some nuance to try of like... You know, only let your child cry for X amount of time, and if they are, check on them again and see if they need something, their diaper's wet or whatever it is. But quite often, when people are even taught certain things, they lose it, and most of the time for the rules people are doing, like Believe All Women in the Me Too movement, they just do the most simplistic version of the thing. So when people are doing practice makes perfect, I have had so many debates with people, they literally just think just doing the action is practice. So a person constantly queuing up for game after game after game in Overwatch 2, in their mind, is them practicing. And this lack of nuance of what I think you're going to give with the tennis and stuff. But anyways, I was trying to go, fuck.
Yeah,
practice makes perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think the full, like, they realize it's not practice makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect. It's not
Yes.
just
Yes.
it's not just saying do it over and over again and eventually you'll be perfect. It's doing it perfectly and then repeating that perfect
It's
action like multiple
attempting your
times.
practice. It's the more accurate framing, I would think, would be attempting perfection in the multiple different ways you can practice anything, because there's a lot of different things you can do to change to improve something. Like even just typing, you could get a different key. You can go from a membrane keyboard to a mechanical keyboard, and even different types of mechanical keyboards. In fact, specifically right now, the one that I find I type the fastest on are low profile mechanical keyboards. And then there's even a lot of different things there, like why am I jumping up on certain letters and certain words with how my hands are going across? Like it's all these different these questions. So constantly trying to improve your practice in achieving perfection there in your practice allows you to then overall improve. Yeah, I agree with you. Really agree with you. I've heard that phrase of the perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, perfect
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's all muscle memory. It's supposed to be you're not supposed to be thinking about it. So in order to get to perfection, you may be necessary from someone who does know, and also repeated doing, like, making sure you're doing the right thing. Example would be throwing a basketball, making free throw shots. Like you may, if you just sit there and like shoot free throw shots over and over again, you might be able to get a few in. But if you're not, arching your back or bending your shoulders or bending your knees in the right way, then you're practicing wrong. You have to practice the correct method in order to be able to consistently do it right.
Yes. I remember what I was going to say, and then I'll let Emrys go. So I was trying to show like why it's so evil in its current form of practice makes perfect in the common sense of the average person, because this again goes to the core problem that we're always dealing with: how we're judging each other in the court of public and private opinion. So if I have the simplistic notion of practice makes perfect, and so therefore I'm not doing all these other things I need to be doing that we're starting to detail, and it sounds like Emrys is going to as well. We're not doing any of those things to improve. And then when Emrys, and so if I am at this person and I am not improving my gameplay and I'm just doing the thing of queuing up for the next game, I'm not watching my replays, I'm not doing any of that shit, and I'm in silver and I think I'm as good as diamond, and Emrys then goes, no, bro, you're fucking silver. Or my dad thinks I'm a lazy piece of shit and I can't ever amount to anything, even though I charge $90 an hour for my IT work. The same thing, like practice makes perfect. I'm not correcting my troubleshooting methods to achieve higher rates of satisfied customers that constantly does this ever incline. Like how the people in my own life are judging me, or just any one person, it causes misery because the person's saying that's not who I am, that's not how I see myself, and other people see me like that. But that person should see themselves like that, by the way. If a person actually just thinks practice makes perfect and they're not doing all these other things, they should view themselves they shouldn't view themselves better than that. But they think they should be better than that because this notion is so fucking simple. Sorry, Emrys, I'm done. And did you want to really quick, Emrys, test the delay?
Ragtag bunch.
I can hear it because I can hear the Overwatch sounds.
Yeah, when I turn it up, yeah. I try and turn it down, but then I
like 5 or
forget that
6,
I
7
can't hear
seconds.
you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead whenever. Sorry, Emrys.
Yeah, it's okay. You guys can. I just have you guys as like background basically. If I really want to say something, I'll intervene. But it's really hard with the delay.
Okay. Sure. Like for the games you're playing, I think D.Va on defense is really fucking bad. Not all the time. There are certain situations it can work, but the easiest, best case, like worst scenario, when the enemy team is attacking and they have Sig, Orisa, and Orisa also has a fucking shield. And then their healers are Bap, Zen, and both of those are really good at doing lots of damage. Like, they're just nuking the frontline tanks. And then you have Torb, Hanzo. So you have 6 players that are all doing far range to medium range spam damage that do high burst damage. Almost any of them on their own can just like nuke down a person. And then you have a D.Va on defense. I think the D.Va can only throw all of her defense matrix out and then back up. Those are the only 2 things she could do. If she ever dives, she immediately gets demeched, and that's it. You don't have a tank anymore.
Yeah, it would be so much better if we had someone to go with her.
But that's one of the things. Like yesterday,
so many motherfuckers.
Right.
They're mad at me if I don't.
Right. But yesterday, my account's banned because I was raging at some D.Va players, which I don't like. I don't like communicating like this. It's just like most people in the United States of America don't talk well, and that's one of the goals. So when I'm in a really bad mood, I fucking hate it. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm being mean to people that are hurt, and they're also frustrated, and they're also... I hate it. I hate myself for it. It's also one of the reasons that makes me even more upset when I do it. Like, I really hate going through these things. But I was raging at D.Vas that were doing that. On defense, the enemy team is just spamming. They're rolling us so hard, so fast. And the D.Va thinks that it works so well on attack, and they also think it worked so well in these other games where on defense D.Va wasn't a problem. But usually it's because the enemy team had Hog Zarya and the D.Va was able to work to some degree. And then their other tank was a Sig. Like, they're not factoring all these different nuances in. They're just thinking very simply, D.Va works on defense and offense, and I'm really good at D.Va. I think it's that simple in their mind.
It's crazy.
But sorry, Lighthouse. Wherever you want to go.
Oh no. Say I'm having trouble hearing
Emrys?
the other guy because Emrys. I can only hear him through his stream, but my stream is like really delayed. So when Emrys was responding to you, like with the
I'm talking over him.
Delay test.
Yeah.
No,
it's like
it's so incredibly delayed at this point. Like, I can't pick up really his side of the conversation.
Maybe Emrys can turn down the game noises volume specifically for the stream. That might help. And then I can also leave the volume higher.
Oh, my stream is just so delayed from.
But then you're not going to hear. Then you're not going to hear anything, Emrys, right?
Bro, do you think that does not matter.
You can join the Discord.
Okay. I'm not even listening anyway.
It's hard for him to join Discord. He's playing on a console with PS5, and then he's listening to my stream to hear both of us while I'm streaming.
I can try.
You stream on Twitch, right?
You could try joining Discord. Yeah, he's streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
From his console.
Yeah, let me see what that looks like.
Yeah, sure. Here, I'll send you the link to the specific voice channel.
I have to link my account. Nah, it's not gonna work. Dude, nightmare.
No, at Discord on your. You shouldn't have to do any linking or anything. You already can chat in Discord.
Oh, just on my phone?
Yeah, just on your phone, join the Discord voice channel. But I might have to give you permissions for the server. I don't remember if I ever gave it to you. Oh, I haven't. You haven't joined. So hold on a second. So now I'm going to give you permissions. You now have it. And I'm going to give you paste it again. And then try.
Which one am I joining, by the way? There's like 1,000 here.
I know. Oh, you got it. Did you get it?
Hello?
I think you got it. Yeah, you're
Hello?
here. Yeah, you're here.
Hello, hello?
Yep.
Sick.
You're in.
I am, Ernst.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Okay, I'll just start recording and I'll stop